Good evening, everybody. This is Vivian, and today is Monday, June the 22nd. So June's almost done, and wow. So it'll be July soon, right? This year is like flying by. Because 2020 came in with kind of a bang, right? Some of us will be happy, and some of us will be apprehensive about the rest of the year. So hopefully you're happy about it, or you will find something to be happy about. Let's say it that way. Okay, so we're still reviewing the book, A Year of Positive Thinking, Daily Inspiration, Courage, and Wisdom by Cindy Spiegel. um, so last night we talked about being thankful for everything, even the tiny little things. Um, I just named a whole bunch of things that we can be thankful for, and challenged you to write down at least 5 things that you were thankful for every day. As soon as you wake up in the morning, just write it down. Think of it, write it down. It's not hard, I promise. All right. So I'm going to tonight's topic is keep going, don't give up. So I'm gonna read the quote, the anecdote, and then we're gonna get into that. Okay, keep putting one foot in front of the other. You may fall, but you will also eventually find your way forward. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep moving. Take one step, then another until you arrive. Now, I like this one because it's a way to encourage people to do what normal instinct tells them to do, is to don't give up, right? The ability to keep going no matter what is kind of hard, but it can be rewarding in the end, right? So I was thinking when I started reading this, I said either I'm psychic or these things come to me out of the blue, and then, the book just follows me. Of course, the book was written in 2018, but still. But I was talking about this same thing early this morning after my walk, because I do a Facebook Live right after my walk, to kind of give people some encouragement or whatever. But I was talking about this very same thing, not giving up. So, I'm sorry. Jeez, a little tired today. Now, most of the time when I'm preparing what I'm going to say, about whatever topic I'm looking at, I do this literally the day of that I'm doing the video, right? And I record because um, because I want these ideas to be fresh. I do the preparation, and then I record it because I like for things to just come to me. And then right after my walk or my exercise routine, I don't write anything down. I just talk, and whatever comes to me, right? But when I get on these things, I do I do a lot of prep, but I prep, but not based on too many other things. But I just get on here and I start typing, and voila, here I am, right? But it's just ironic for, I don't know, 4 or 5 subjects for the last few days. I've talked about it in the morning, and then in the evening I go to look in the book, and it's just like the very same thing I was talking about before. So anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. All right, so this morning, though, I did talk about having a childlike mind and how children seem to never give up. One of the things that I want to do here is to appeal to you, the child in you. And because that's going to become very important, and you'll see why. Because when life seems to beat you down, think of when you were a child and how you took on challenges as if they were nothing. Like somebody said, okay, you're going to ride this bike. You've never ridden a bike before in your life, but you just knew all your friends were riding a bike. I got to ride a bike. I got to get this thing down. I don't care what happens. I got to get this thing down. And typically, that's what you did. I mean, you took it on as a challenge and you were not going to stop until you won. That's the attitude that we should take as adults as well, but we tend to not do that. When you were a child, you wanted to win. And you threw all the other options off the table. You're like, you're losing. I'm not doing that. You know, I'm not going to just fall down here and just stay down here, because how many times did you fall off your bike before you actually learned how to ride it? How many times does a baby fall down before they actually learn how to walk? I mean, it's just that childlike mind in that they just don't know the fears that we have as adults. You know, all the things that we go through in our lifetime that causes that, but they don't know that yet. So they're continually taking on challenges and going for it simply because they don't know that, they don't understand that whole failure. What's that? I don't even know what that is. You know, they fall down and they laugh about it. We fall down, we get embarrassed, and we start looking around, right? So this is what I mean by having the childlike mind and never give up, never giving up on your goals and aspirations and dreams and wants and desires and all of that, because the prize you seek is just right around the corner. If you just stop worrying about what might happen and just keep going and keep stepping forward, the prize is right around the corner, I promise. So never be afraid or discouraged because you have to take baby steps at something. Because a lot of times, we have to build, and I heard this analogy, and I can't remember who said it. Well, there's probably several people who said it, but you have to build a foundation. Without the foundation, you can't just go in there and lay the floor down, the furniture in there. What are you laying it into? You don't have foundation, you don't have walls, you don't have anything. You just, okay, I'm gonna put my furniture here on the dirt. There's no house there because there's no foundation. You have to have a foundation first to hold up everything else, right? So if you're doing something and you're taking baby steps and you're saying, oh God, it's taking way longer than I anticipated. And if you give up at that point, you're done, right? You never get to your goal because you can, excuse me, I'm sorry, what's going on? Because you gave up. Now, most of the times, us as human beings, when things get really tough, is the time that you're about to step into your greatness. Now, I had a friend that was going to call me, sent me a text message and said, they were having a really rough time and that they were just crying and crying. They didn't understand why. And it just hit me because in my lessons with Bob Proctor, he says that when you are overcoming your paradigm, when you're in charge, the paradigm is going to fight you. It is going to fight you tooth and nail to try to get you back to the norm. They try to get you back to the regular comfort zone. And at that time is when you start having those fears and those doubts and those everything that's hitting you all at once. It wants you to be depressed. It wants you to have all this. But that's the time to really fight and keep going, because that's the time you're about to have your breakthrough. Now, if you keep going, keep doing what you're doing, and you get there, And when you fall down, as you know, we may do, stand up, brush yourself off, and keep going. Because if you keep going, you're eventually going to get to your destination. If you really want it, now, if it's something that you think you want, but you really don't, you're not going to have the stamina or the perseverance to get it done. It's just not going to happen. But if you really want it and you really desire it with all your heart and you put your heart and soul into it, all your emotion into it, then you're going to do whatever it takes to get there. You'll get the stamina, you have the drive, you have the perseverance, you have all of that to get where you're going. And you will persevere. You will find the courage to step ahead of the failure and just win. Because failure is just a stepping stone. Remember I talked about I was talking about fear, stepping on the head of fear, making it your bottom step instead of, letting fear take over you. Failure and fear kind of go hand in hand sometimes because some people, when they fail, they just let it completely derail everything, right? And fear has that same effect. Some people are just completely derailed by fear. But Lisa Nichols always says that when you're going for something and you're scared, use that fear and do it anyway. With knees knocking and teeth chattering and legs shaking, just go for it. Just leap, because otherwise you're not going to make it. You're not going to get to where you want to be. Taking that leap of faith, you say to yourself, no matter what, I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to give up. And you keep saying that to yourself every time that old whatever it is trying to stop you. Nope, not giving up. Not going to do that. I'm not giving up. And let me tell you a personal story of mine. And this has to do with my business. So I started in the affiliate marketing arena back in December of 2019 with the Overnight Millionaire program. And I left the link down below if you want to go check it out. Now, I was scared to death because I didn't know a thing about affiliate marketing. The beauty of the program was that it was about developing your mindset, right? So, and this will become clear at the end, but developing my mindset, but I was fighting against myself because I was so scared of the whole process. And I wasn't making any money. I wasn't making any sales, and I just couldn't figure out why. Well, I kept doing, the things that he told me to do and all of that. And then suddenly they have a sister program called Done For You Services, right? This Ira runs that part of it. And she started helping me learn about Facebook ads. They actually prepared my ads for me and everything. And I started making income. And I was like, this might actually work. And I was so excited that I hadn't thrown in the towel because I was about to. I mean, I was at that point where, you know what, this is not working. I don't know why I'm doing all this. And, that devil in your head keeps telling you, I don't know why you're doing it either. Go on back to your job, girl. Stay on that job for another 2, 3, 4 years and get all tired and crazy. Because I had been on this job for over 30 years and I wanted to retire. I was ready. I was tired. I didn't hate my job, but I was tired. I was tired of doing the same thing over and over again. 30 years, 30 years out of your life doing the same exact thing. And that can get exhausting. So I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to have to go back to work after I retired, like so many people that I've seen before, but I didn't give up. After this other thing came into my life and I started making the money, I was like, oh, okay, this can work. And then just 4 short months after all that started happening, I went ahead and retired. from my 9 to 5. And then, while I'm not yet a millionaire, I know I have the means to get there. Now, since then, I've also joined some other programs and actually educating myself even more. So I kept going. I kept learning, and I'm learning more every day. And so if I had stopped, though, I wouldn't know any of this stuff, and I'd still be on my job. So you see, if I had given up, I'd still be working there, and I would still be tired. I would be exhausted because that was the point I was at. It's like I was exhausted. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I was at the point where, okay, this is enough. I'm not doing this anymore. Not that I was giving up on the job, but it was just I needed and wanted to do something different. But had I given up on the affiliate marketing thing, I wouldn't have had the alternative to leave that job. So I'm telling you, I shared that with you because I want you to know that there's sunshine in every cloud. You don't have to feel like you're defeated when one or two things go wrong. Because, for 30 days, I wasn't making any money at this. I was spending money, but I wasn't making any. And then all of a sudden I did. So if you feel as if you want and feel what you want is taking too long to manifest, wait. It'll come. Because what happens is by stopping to look at the long-term benefits of what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to do, it'll put a different perspective on things. Because that's what happened to me, because once I started looking at the long-term benefits of what I was doing and taking one step at a time, I was able to leap over and overcome. Now, I kept going. I kept incorporating all the meditation, the self-development, the self-love techniques and stuff that Wesley teaches. And now I feel like I have no limitations. Now, do I fall back sometimes? Yes. You're going to have setbacks in life. You're not going to be up 24/7. It's just not going to happen. But those are just, natural parts of life. Things happen, you get a little bit down. But if you keep going, just, keep going, keep your head up and get up. Sometimes you might have to lay down for maybe a few minutes, sometimes even a day. But if you keep getting up and you keep going and you just don't give up, you'll get to where you want to be. Now, one last thought before I end this. There was a phrase in a song I was listening to on my walk today because, I don't know if I told you, but usually I have arthritis. So usually high humidity makes your joints hurt, especially if you're walking, right? And, just the last couple of days, for some reason, I keep getting these songs because I play this gospel station. And these songs keep coming on just right at the right time. And I don't remember the actual name of the song, but there's a phrase in the song that says, there's a blessing out there with your name on it. And if you give up, you're not going to get it. You have to keep going, and you have to say to yourself, I am not giving up because there's a blessing out there with my name on it. So, I hope that this has inspired you. If you were planning to give up on something you want, and, it inspires you to just keep going, because there is no better thing than to get to that finish line and say, yes, I didn't give up. I made it, right? Okay, so that's the end of the topic, and I just want to tell you the 5 things that I'm thankful for today, because that was from last night's video. These are just 5 things. just to give you a kind of an idea of some of the things that you might want to write down. I woke up again this morning in my right mind. I think I'm pretty sane, I think. I walked 6 miles again today, which is very challenging, but it was an accomplishment. My breakthrough that I know is right there, and I'm open to receive it. My breakthrough of $50,000 a day, or more a day. My neighborhood is coming alive because I saw so many more people out walking out and about this morning than I've seen over the last couple of months that I've been doing this, and it was nice to see. I saw a lot of neighbors out today. And not lastly, but that's the last thing I wrote down. I'm very grateful for my children and my grandchildren, and so glad that they're all happy and healthy. And I'm very, very grateful for that. So hopefully you have gotten something out of this, and I want to know what you're thankful for. Let me know in the comments or on my Facebook fan page, which I also left the link down in the description. So I hope you're still also taking care of yourself and that you are blessed beyond your wildest dreams. So please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you tomorrow. But in the meantime, I wish you peace, I wish you love, and I love you guys so much. Thank you again for watching. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.